Though Diver was grateful for the company, tensions quickly arose between him and Marco. Marco was practical and survival-driven, focusing solely on finding a way off the island. He was skeptical of Diver's faith and questioned why he hadn't tried harder to escape. Diver, on the other hand, had found peace in his situation and wasn't in a rush to leave. He believed that when the time was right, they would be rescued. The two men clashed over how to spend their time. Marco wanted to build a raft, while Diver preferred to continue improving their shelter and gathering food. Their differences in outlook became a source of frustration, and for the first time in months, Diver found himself feeling uneasy in his own space. He had learned to trust in God's plan, but now, with Marco's constant pressure, he began to doubt. Were they meant to stay on the island, or was it time to leave? As the days passed, Marco's insistence on building a raft wore Diver down. Marco's words echoed in his mind, feeding his doubts. What if he had been wrong to wait? What if there was no plan, no rescue coming? The peace Diver had worked so hard to cultivate began to unravel. He found himself withdrawing from Marco, spending more time alone by the shore, praying for guidance. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Diver cried out in frustration, "God, I don't understand. I thought I was doing the right thing by trusting you, but now I'm not so sure. What should I do?" The ocean, as always, offered no answer. But as the waves lapped at his feet, Diver felt a strange sense of calm wash over him. It wasn't an answer, but it was a reminder that he wasn't alone, even in his doubts. Despite their differences, Diver and Marco eventually found a way to work together. Diver agreed to help Marco with the raft, but only after they had secured enough food and water to last them through the attempt. Marco, though still skeptical, respected Diver's wishes and followed his lead when it came to survival on the island. Slowly, a sense of camaraderie began to form between them. They spent their days gathering materials for the raft, fallen logs, vines, and pieces of debris from the storm. It was grueling work, but it gave them both a sense of purpose. At night, they would sit by the fire and talk about their lives before the island. Marco shared stories of his travels, while Diver spoke about his family and his struggles as a fisherman. Though they came from different worlds, they found common ground in their shared experience of survival. As the raft began to take shape, Diver found himself feeling more conflicted than ever. Part of him wanted to believe that the raft was their ticket off the island, but another part of him still trusted that they would be rescued when the time was right. Marco, on the other hand, was fully committed to the plan. He worked tirelessly, determined to leave the island and return to the world. The raft was a simple construction, logs tied together with vines, with a makeshift sail made from pieces of Marco's torn shirt. It wasn't much, but it was the best they could manage with the limited resources they had. As they worked, Diver found himself silently praying that if this was the path they were meant to take, God would guide them safely across the ocean. He had come to trust in the island's lessons, but now he was preparing to leave them behind.